We are about to test the new Battle Pass units fully maxed out 5-star with Neptune Crown and the best trait combinations. These are the Rusty Rickets, Shiny Wumbo, and the Kelpg as well. If you guys didn't know, to get this, you need to complete this pass 26 times. Also, in this video, there's tons of up and downs. I literally get misled so many times. To find the true potential of these units and the hidden attack within the Kelpg, you're gonna have to watch until the end. I'm sorry to say it, guys. I leave little bits of information throughout the video. I don't mean to do it on purpose, but I do. So watch the entire thing, and it also helps my average view duration. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, so I could 5-star my own, but Amir here, also in the Discord, Ty's Discord down below, has these things maxed out already, and I figure I won't be using them unless they're good. So let's test them, and I'll let you know at the end of the video if I will be using them in any modes and if I will be maxing my own. So we got the Kelpie. I don't even know what the other one's called. I kind of forgot, but I guess we'll see in a second. So this is the Kelpg, and then what? It starts with a G. It starts with a G, I swear. No, it doesn't start with a G. What? Anyway, we'll see what it's called in just a sec. Shout out to Amir, guys. Thank you also for boosting the server, Amir. What a legend. He's got a Neptune Crown with the best trait combo, in my opinion anyway. And guys, here he is here, the Rusty Rickets. I couldn't find it because it's actually limited. If you guys didn't see the video before this, we actually showcased the Shiny Wumbo King Jelly that I'm gonna have to unequip here in a second. So yeah, let me just trade this back to Adrian, guys, so you guys know I do trade the back. But yeah, 1 of 1 Shiny Wumbo King Jelly, absolutely insane. A big shout out to Adrian once again. But now let's equip the Kelpg as well, and we should be ready to rock and roll now, guys. First, let's check how they cost to play. So Kelpg is 2,000, Rusty Rickets is 2,500. So they're not really starters. So these things are gonna have to beat exotics and secrets to make a spot on my team. The only way they're a starter is if they're cheap, like the Granny Tentacles. I can place it before leaking, but obviously I don't think that's the case here. But without any further ado, let's take it into boss battles and see how good these things are on a team, and then we'll test them separately. Don't worry, we will test them separately. Let's get it. Let's go. Instead of putting them together, I don't know why I do that. I'm gonna put them individually in boss battles to see how much better the paid version is. They have the exact same trait, in fact, in the exact same order, which a lot of people ask, but that actually does not make any difference, guys. The order is just personal preference to go along with your other units to obviously have them uniform. So let's test the Kelpg first and foremost, guys. I'd much rather see that one first because it is going to be the underwhelming one. So let's put it into Lionfish tier 5 as always, and I'll be back as soon as we kill it, or when the time runs out. Okay, guys, so into 5 minutes of battling, we did 17.87 million damage with the Kelpg. So let's keep that in mind, 17.87 million. Let's see what we can do with the other unit. All right, here's the Rusty Rickets, ladies and gentlemen. Loaded up, ready to go into battle. We need to beat 17.87 million, or let's just say 18 million, because he's going to get that for sure. All right, guys, and we are done with Rusty Rickets. Wait, we did 16.8 mil. We were aiming for 18 million. This thing did 1 million less damage. What? Wait, what? The paid, look, the premium pass. This is a paid version. It is Pierce, and it did less damage than the Kelpg. What is going on, Doug? So let's take a quick look at these guys, okay? It's doing less damage. That's why. That explains it, but I think they did that on purpose because I think they test things in Endless. So this thing's doing more damage against the boss because you can't miss the boss, and you can't pierce it, right? You can't miss, and you can't, it does full damage. So line attacks, when they're piercing and shooting through stuff and shooting from further away, they do less damage, obviously, than pierce. So I guess they just balanced these in Endless and never took into consideration boss battles. Because obviously, Rusty Rickets just being pierced would still beat this unit, considering it only did 1 million less when it comes to Endless or any practical modes. But still, that is absolutely crazy. I did not expect that whatsoever. I guess since it's kind of unfair, let's take them into Endless and see which one's actually better. Okay, in Endless mode, in a practical scenario, not in boss battle, and let's see what happens. We'll get our Krusty Krab so we don't leak, and we will sit here AFK for the next 2 hours, figuring out which is better in Endless. So let's get right into concentrate Endless A. Here we go. Okay, guys, I just realized we should put the worst unit in first. So let's get Kelpg equipped, guys, and ready for battle. And I'll see you on like wave 600. I'll also show you the max stats, but let's get it. Let's go. Concentrate Endless A. Here we go. Okay, guys, here's the max Kelpg stats. We got 165,000 damage, 0.8 SPA, 76 range. Let's see his animation quick. I haven't seen this in a while. Tower VFX are on. And he shoots a laser blast, surprisingly. I don't know. This looks really cool, though. I like how it's made. I'll be back, guys, when you start struggling. Let's get it. Let's go. Kelpg on wave 435. Looks like it's getting close. 1.9 million health boss. So you guys know we take out 19 million health bosses, etc. So this thing's like 10 times worse than some units, at least when it comes to Endless. Because, yeah, Endless scales up quick. By wave 700, these things will have 30 million health or so. So, doesn't necessarily mean going to 440 is good. But, yeah, we're probably going to only be able to take out 2.2 million health bosses. If that, we'll have to see. Guys, we are actually taking damage before an actual boss wave, I think, from all these speedy guys. That's what happens. We have line units, though. They can't keep up. They get overwhelmed and they miss a lot of attacks. And there, we have 4 health. And let's see, are we going down? Yeah, we do. So 448 for Kelpg. Let's keep that in mind. 448. All right, guys, we now have a score to beat again for the Rusty Rickets. Do you guys think it'll beat 448 in Endless? Is Pierce that much better? Even though it did worse in boss battles by a bit? By quite a bit, actually. But let's see, guys. Let's take him rated. Let's go. Let me know what you think, down below. How far will this thing get, the Rusty Rickets, considering Kelpg got to 448? So 448 with Kelpg. I'm thinking this thing's going at least 470, I hope. That's going to be my estimate. 470 for the big dog here. That looks like the Grinch, actually. I kind of like this unit. Also, guys, I might have forgot this, but Kelpg looks like he's Pierce AoE, actually. So maybe that's why. If they tested him in Endless and he had a bit of an AoE attack, it's going to do so much better because it won't get overwhelmed as much. But that's interesting because look at his animation. I kind of forget, though, but we will see. I think it'll beat 470, though. I'm not going to lie. This thing might actually be good for events and stuff like that. We'll have to see. Speaking of events, guys, we have Camp Coral this Friday. I'll have macro tutorials and huge openings with that. So make sure you guys subscribe and notifications on so you don't miss that. All right, guys, we got 4 of them down now. Let's see how much damage it does. So 162,000, 0.8 SPA with 98.8 range. Considering we're using Sea Bear, once again, that's insane range, almost 100 on a limited unit that isn't even that powerful. I mean, just think back to the boss battle time. But anyway, let's see what he can do. If you look up at the waves, guys, we actually passed 448 with 100 health. I didn't even realize that it was 448 because it was so easy to kill. We killed the dirty bubble right here and I missed it. But yeah, guys, we're past 448 with this. So it already beat the Kelpg and we have tons of health. And we're knocking bosses out like nothing. I think these things are full AoE Pierce. And I might have been wrong about them at first. Okay, guys, our targeting's off. So we did take out these big slows pretty quick. I mean, it seems like the dirty bubble's going down faster than the big slow. I don't really know. This unit's kind of wanky. Anyway, not sure what's going on, guys. We should be taking damage on 477. And I think it's... Oh, we get the big slow down. So big slows do more than the dirty bubble. So that's good. And there we go. 35 damage at 477. And guys, I think we're going down. There we go. 490. So an extra 42 waves as opposed to the other guy. That is pretty good. Okay, that is pretty good compared to what we thought. That's 3 extra boss waves. So in summary, guys, Rusty Rickets, terrible for boss battles. Kelpg, equally as good in boss battles, actually a bit better. Rusty Rickets is a Pierce AoE unit, one of a kind. I've never seen that in the game. And it does a lot better in Endless, even though Kelpg may be better in boss battles. That is why I like to compare units that are usually the exact same attack type. I do think this is a bit unfair, but let's actually go see if we can find out how much damage he does AoE versus the Pierce, okay? Can we figure that out? Let's try. So guys, here I am in boss battles. Boss battles slows these attacks down quite a bit. And with Tower VFX on, we can kind of see the difference. So it looks like the AoE actually does the exact same amount of damage, which is kind of going to be hard to detect. Yeah, because it did around 33. I don't even know. I don't even know. Maybe the AoE just does 1 attack and then the Pierce does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10. But I'm not too sure, guys. Let's just leave it at that for now. The AoE's 1/10 of his attack. That's what it looks like anyway. I don't know for sure. But either way, I'm not going too into depth to figure this out because this unit's not even that good. It may be good for the Camp Coral, guys. If you need an AoE or a decent unit that can keep you afloat, that's not too hard to get, right? Completing that pass and having the premium pass. A lot of players have that. Maybe we'll use him in those lineups. And it's also pretty small to place if you look at his placement radius. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe with notifications on because we have tons of bangers coming out soon, I promise. And I'll see you in the next one.